Hi guys, and welcome to the Turner House. So today I thought I would take you a tour of my pantry and my freezers and actually show you what I've been promising to show you for the last couple of weeks. Um, Please keep in mind my house is very functional. It's functional for us. It may not be up to everybody else's standards, but it works for us and we love it. So with that being said, let's get started.
So this is my quote-unquote pantry. This is what it looks like. It is in my kitchen. There used to be a bench here. I took it out and I put these shelves here because I like to see what I have and I like to know what's going on. So this is why I have this. So on this top shelf here, we have breakfast items. We have oatmeal. We have some ramen noodles, popcorn, bagels, granola bars, um, a container of snacks, rice, and our oils, and one random can of sloppy joe mix. On this shelf, we have our canned meats, bread, apples, canned fruit, crackers. We have our spaghetti sauce, pancake syrup, some dried potatoes, and all this peanut butter that I need to use up. I will be using that soon. And if you would noticed on my last grocery haul, I did not have my husband's coffee. And that is because I found it cheaper on Amazon. It is cheaper to purchase his bougie coffee on Amazon than it is to buy it at Walmart. So that is why it was not there. And I also these are my home can items. This is chicken. This is strawberry jam. This is chicken noodle soup base, black-eyed peas, pinto beans, black beans, veggie broth, chicken broth, and cranberries. And then I have these potatoes that I purchased on sale that I need to process as well. Over here we have more canned items. These are our soups, our cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, tomato, our stewed tomatoes, tomato sauce, tomato paste, and mushrooms. I am going to Sam's this week, so I will definitely need to get some more diced tomatoes. These are our box items. This is our box shelf-stable milk, our box dinners and mac and cheeses, and stove tops. And Kirsten has this random pasta salad, our Mexican um, stuff, enchilada sauce, green chili sauce. These are my storage containers for my pasta. This is my canning supplies here. On this shelf is more baking. This is homemade self-rising flour. I make my own. I use all-purpose flour I purchased from the store to do it, and I make it that. There's Splenda, pancake mix, shake and bake, red lobster biscuits, and Jiffy cornbread mix. And then the bottom is canning jars and canning supplies. In this cabinet, we have dried beans that I plan on canning. I also have some dried beans here. I plan on making some homemade baked beans and canning them. Baking goods, cake mixes, brownie mixes, that kind of thing. Aluminum foil, our tortilla shells, icing, that kind of stuff. That's in that cabinet. In this cabinet, we have, up here we have our condiments, barbecue sauce, cheese dip, mustard, mayo, 2 cans of random peas, salad dressings, soy sauce, ketchup, all of that. Down here is mostly beans. We have some pork and beans, Great Northern beans, black beans, kidney beans. These I typically use in chili, so I try to keep those on hand. Then we have pickles, canned meat, and a couple of random cans of carrots. We got some olives here for pizza and different things when I make pizza. This next cabinet is just a hodgepodge of overflow and just random things that we don't use a whole lot of, but some of my daughter's snacks, oatmeal, looks like her tuna, just different things in here that we don't have a whole lot, that we don't use a whole lot, but we use on a regular enough to have. My husband's grits. He likes grits. He told me to make sure to pick him up some at the store when I go this week. So, and then this one is more overflow. These need to come out and go on the shelf. It's my flour container, brown sugar, regular sugar. This is the chip container, the marshmallow, my chips, Ziploc bags, honey. I get this honey locally. It's usually got a label on it from a lady at church, and she usually has a label on it, so it's our local honey. But that is what I have in this cabinet, and that is all of the cabinets in the kitchen. Now moving on to the freezers.
All right, guys, so here is freezer number 1. I'll give you an overview and then we will just go through it and I'll tell you what's in it. So let's just start in the door. So right here we have bacon. I typically buy this at either Aldi or Sam's Club. Just depends on where I'm at. It's equally the same price. We have some deer meat. I have some hamburger patties. We have some smoked sausage. I usually use that in cabbage or whatever. I have a turkey breast. I need to use that. I have some little mini hamburger patties. They're typically used for smash burgers, but I also use them for homemade Salisbury steaks. I get those at Sam's Club, the little bitty patties. I buy hot dogs, the bun length, and I buy them in the big pack. So I just break them down and vacuum seal them. And I have a bag of scraps here to make some broth, and I have 2 beef briskets down here I need to use up. Over here I have some chicken legs. I have some lasagna soup that I had left over and I froze it. These are chicken breasts. I buy these on sale at our local tin box. I buy them to use for different meals. I'm gonna make some freezer meals out of them. I have 2 bags up there and I have a bag down here. In this basket is my boiled chicken. I buy a bag of leg quarters, and if I buy them from tin box, they come frozen, and if I buy them at Walmart, they're thawed. So like this is my other bag of leg quarters that's in there, and it came froze like that. So I will put that in a slow cooker. I got one of those big roaster pans, and I cook it down, pick all the meat off the bone, and then I use the bones to make broth. I also have 2 packs of ground pork. Now the ground pork, you can use it just like you do the ground turkey and the ground beef. You can use it for tacos, you can use it for spaghetti, you can use it for just about anything you want. But I make a quote unquote smash burger on a tortilla shell. That's really good, and that's typically what I use that for. This is my beef basket, and it is a hot mess express. It has hardly anything in it. These are those burgers that you've seen me purchase multiple times that are the 10 for 10. I have a package of shredded beef in here for Philly steak sandwiches. I have a beef chuck steak. I have some New York strips, and I have 1 big roast, and that's all the beef I have. Now Kirsten and I are going to be going to Sam's Club next weekend, and I plan on getting some meat there. I also have 4 rolls of turkey. I have 2 sausage links because sometimes we have breakfast for dinner, and I think that's happening one day this week. I have a pork butt here. That was the pork butt where I bought 2 and I smoked 1, and then the other one is here in the freezer waiting to be used. I have this cubed ham I bought for a recipe, but I didn't need it yet, so I stuck it in the freezer. My niece purchased a whole hog, and she had an overabundance of bacon, or I'm sorry, excuse me, she had an overabundance of sausage. So she gave me some of that sausage, so that's what this is. This is all pork sausage. It's really good too. It's mild. We've already ate some of it. That pork loin that I purchased last week, I told you I would get 5 meals out of it. I actually got 6, and then as I was cutting it up, my vacuum sealer died. So I had to order a new vacuum sealer. That is a tool that you never want to be without. So I have currently 4 packages of chops in here. I made it all into chops. These are our corn dogs. Like I showed you, this is our leg quarters and that bag of chicken. And then this is my butter and my Texas toast. And then in here we have some ham pieces that I have vacuum sealed, more deer meat, more ham pieces, and that is all that's in this freezer. So moving on to freezer number 2. All right, guys, so this is freezer number 2. Freezer number 2 and 3 are in my sewing room. So if you see fabric laying around, don't think anything about it. And in this freezer, it is primarily just odds and ends and vegetables. So I have some hash browns, I have some tater tots, I have some frozen green beans, some frozen Brussels sprouts, and some frozen mixed vegetables. These are the mixed vegetables that I bought last week that I told you I was going to can. I haven't gotten around to it yet. I have, these are homemade biscuits that I make and then I just freeze, vacuum seal them, and then we just pull them out as we need them. Looks like I need to make some more because that's the only pack that I have. We have some odds and ends here, some White Castles, a couple pot pies, and a frozen pizza. My husband likes that. This is mozzarella cheese. I typically buy it in the big block from when Kroger has it on sale, and I shred it up and freeze it, or we just leave it in the refrigerator because it keeps well as long as it's not opened to and use it as we need it. I also have some meatballs in here. When I cleaned this freezer out last week, I found these meatballs, and we're going to have meatball subs this Friday, I believe. I also purchased my pecans at Sam's Club for baking and things, unless I can find them locally, but these were purchased at the beginning of the summer because I have a pecan pie muffin that I make, so we just purchased these and I keep them in the freezer. This is some bear chicken. My daughter loves this chicken, and we'll probably get some more when we go to Sam's Club this week. She uses it for different things. And I have several bags of cranberries that I need to process. I need to make some cranberry sauce, and I need to make some more cranberry juice. These freeze really well. When I purchased them in the fall, I just threw them in the bag in here, and they are still doing really well. So I will pull them out and probably make those, and the tomatoes you're going to see in the next freezer at the same time, on the same day. I mean, not together, but on the same day. So that's freezer number 2, and then we'll move on to freezer number 3. All right, guys, so here is freezer number 3. This freezer has a variety of things in it. This freezer is our wild game freezer, and kind of like preservation, I guess, in a way. I got some projects in here I need to do. I put our extra bread in here for when I need it. Like the buns and stuff I bought last week. I said I didn't need them right away, so I stuck them in here. So we have the buns in here. We have some bacon that I typically grind up with our deer meat when I make ground deer meat. We have several bags of frozen tomatoes. I plan on canning those. I got to get some more jars though. We have blackberries that I bought in bulk from one of our local stands. And I have, it's like, move the bread back. Let's set that over there. I have some more bacon. This is all deer meat down here. Underneath of this is mostly deer meat. Some strawberries, some more strawberries to make some jam and some pie filling with. Looks like I got some more buns. More strawberries. Golly, how many strawberries do I have? Lord have mercy. I gotta use those up. This is soup meat from our deer. I need to can some of that. This is deer meat to be ground. I think some of this deer meat I am going to use because we have an overabundance of it that really needs to be used. It's getting older, and I think I'm going to start making our own deer, or not our own deer meat. Lord, we harvest all of our deer on our own property or at my sister's property, which is just a couple gravel roads over. But I do believe I'm going to pull some of this deer meat out, not today, but I'm going to pull some of this deer meat out, and I am going to start making my own dog food, a little bit healthier option than what I am feeding now. So this, I have the tomatoes. I need to pull those out and can those next week. And then the rest of it is just all deer meat down there. So we have plenty of deer meat. We are not going to go hungry whatsoever. So that is all of that freezer. All right, guys, so that's my tour of my pantries and my freezers. I hope you guys enjoyed that. See my curtains? I'm in my sewing room right now, as you can see. It's a hot mess, but I got fabric everywhere. So if you have any questions, tips, or ideas on how to make my freezers look better, just give me a holler. Put a thumbs up down below, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and you'll see more content like this. I appreciate you guys watching, and just be kind. Be kind to everybody. Thank you, and have a good day.